yourself comfortable, because it really is a beautiful day right now. I want to start this video by telling you that I've spent a lot of time to think how I should start this video. I was playing downstairs with my voice settings because I wanted to make it sound better. But I discovered that the mic I'm using might not be optimal for ASMR. Still, I'm going to try and make the best of the situation with what I've currently got. I'm going to be careful with not pronouncing my S sounds too piercingly. And by the way, I have to check if the sound is actually recording or not. So let me make a quick check here. Okay, it seems everything is fine, so thank you for allowing me to make this check. So right now I also have no idea if I'm too close to the mic or too far away, because I'm using new settings here and new approaches. But that's not what I actually wanted to talk about. Right now, I'm sensing a bit of tension, to be honest, and I want to be honest with you because that's part of who I am. It's kind of windy, and in the background I'm hearing a fire alarm. I hope you are not hearing it too loudly. But I wanted to talk about many different things. And now I'm trying to not pronounce too harshly anything and be careful. So I'm moving a bit closer to the mic because I'm afraid that if I am too gentle, the sound will be too low. Alright. So there was something else I wanted to talk about actually. And let me start by describing how I felt after recording my last video. So after my last video, I was really excited because I felt like I've entered a new level, because I felt like I was in a new environment, and it somehow felt like I've entered a higher level. But yesterday I didn't record a video, and I think this has partly to do with the pressure I felt as a result of achieving a higher level. So today I said to myself, I'm not going to do anything that's not in alignment with who I am. And let me describe what I mean by that, because that might sound vague. I am not forcing myself to do something if I don't feel like it. And this might not apply to everybody, because David Goggins is an example of a person who has maximized a disciplined approach, and it worked for him. But what worked for him might not be what works for somebody else. I found for myself that forcing myself with discipline doesn't work as well. Because if I'm trying to do that, I can do it for, let's say, a few days, but then the pressure feels too high and I stop everything, throw everything away. So, while it might look like a good approach to be disciplined, it might have the opposite effect, and in the end you will achieve less than if you would have given yourself a bit of understanding and compassion. So what works well for me, I found, is understanding and compassion. For example, in the morning I felt the pressure and I felt I have to perform now. But then I told myself, you don't have to do anything if you don't feel like it. You can keep doing what you previously were comfortable with. You don't have to get out of your comfort zone. And interestingly enough, a very strange thing happened then. As soon as I've said that and really meant it, actually I wanted to do some things to improve the situation, but not because I forced myself, but because I showed patience with myself. So everybody is going to tell you what worked for them and describe it as it's the only way to success. And for them it's also true, because it clearly has worked for them, but it might not work for you. So if the disciplined approach is not for you, you might try the compassionate approach. I really wonder how the sound's going to be. And this is another good example, I think. So I could try to make it perfect, or lot of discipline and a lot of suffering, and or I could improve tiny bits in every attempt, just a tiny improvement, and not do everything all at once and do nothing if I'm not living up to my high expectations. So that's what I mean with compassionate approach. But you also have to be sincere, because your body is going to recognize if you're trying to fake it. If you're trying to outsmart yourself, it won't work. Because you're smart and you are not falling for cheap tricks. So the self-compassion really has to be absolute. That means if you're not feeling like it, you really allow yourself to not do it. That doesn't mean that you can use intelligent compassion, and sometimes you do need a little kick. You do need a little kick, but a loving one, and not one with a crowbar. But yeah. And you won't always be able to do the thing from a relaxed and effortless state. You will tense up and you will try to force it. But also, I'm compassionate